Hello class, this is Ivan Alvarez and I'm going to walk you through the answer for the first problem. First, whenever you have an Excel spreadsheet or a problem, always write your name at the top. And then next, let's get ready to solve this problem. It looks overwhelming because there's just so many variables that are missing. With anything in life and just problems in general, you always want to start with a part of the problem where you have to solve for only one variable. So we can't start on the balance sheet because there's 5. We can't start in the income statement because there's 2 variables. So the only place that there truly is one variable is the statement of retained earnings. And to come up with the statement of retained earnings, we know that the beginning balance plus net income minus dividends is equal to the 33,000. So again, that looks like ending balance is equal to the beginning balance plus net income minus dividends. That's the equation that you should have followed here. I know a lot of you just wanted to add up all the numbers. Again, look at your book, look at your resources, pay attention to detail. So to solve for net income here, if we start with the 33,000 plus, I'm just going in reverse, the dividends minus the beginning balance gives you 28,000. And again, let's prove that out. The beginning balance plus the 28,000 minus the dividends gives you 33,000. Okay, so that solves for net income. Now that we've solved for net income, we have net income on a very simple income statement. Now in this income statement, the equation is net income is equal to revenue minus cost of sales minus other expenses. So again, we can solve for the cost of sales by taking the net income and adding the expenses and subtracting the 80,000. That's a negative number, so the answer is $42,000. That's your cost of sales. And again, it's just by solving this equation here, but just going through that equation and solving for the variable. And just to prove that out, I'll start with 80,000 minus the cost of sales minus other expenses, and that gives us 28,000. Okay, so far so good. Next, I just want to point out quickly that retained earnings is the ending balance here. That's what should appear in your balance sheet. So that number was given. It's not even something you have to calculate. You just have to know which number you're looking at, which number you're working on. So now it doesn't look so overwhelming. You got 2 variables here, and you got 2 variables here. Now, the earnings per share, I didn't tell you how many shares were outstanding, so it's useless information. It doesn't help you solve the problem. But what I did give you was working capital. And the equation for working capital is equal to current assets minus current liabilities. Again, this is something that is in every single accounting textbook. You can Google it, you can search it, you can go to any kind of resource and just find the equation for working capital. And I didn't give you a lot of variables. It's fairly straightforward. So once we start solving things, working capital is 10,000. So 10,000 is equal to current assets. And your current assets in this problem are just cash and inventory. So it's $5,000 for the cash plus inventory, which is X, we don't know, minus current liabilities. And the current liability here is only accounts payable. Whoops, 5K. So then what do we have? We have a positive 5,000 and a negative 5,000. That cancels out. So we're left with inventory being equal to 10,000. So then, to come up with total assets, we just add up all the numbers. So 5,000 plus 10,000 plus 50,000 is 65. Now, if total assets are 65,000, total liabilities plus equity has to be equal to 65,000. So now again, we're left with only one variable. So total liabilities of 65 has to be, so if you subtract out retained earnings and accounts payable, that'll help you solve for common stock. So if we take the 65,000 minus 5,000 minus the 33,000, that gives you 27,000. Okay, and again, it's just by solving algebraically one variable at a time. And just to prove that out, 5,000 plus 27,000 plus 33,000 is 65. And same thing over here. 5,000 plus 10,000 plus 50,000 is 65. Okay, so I hope you weren't too discouraged by this assignment. It's a critical thinking assignment. It wasn't necessarily meant to be easy. Expect to see a problem almost like this in the exam. Okay, and again, it's going to require you to think critically, but don't beat yourself up if you didn't do very well. My goal is to develop your critical thinking skills rather than just have you regurgitate what's in the book. That's not going to help you be a better manager, okay, or a better accountant. I hope you found this assignment to be challenging, but hopefully not too challenging. I was impressed by a few of you guys and gals that had perfect scores and had explanations that were just spot on. I really appreciate the hard work, and I hope that this has been a helpful assignment. Thanks.